So this is me and my brother Kyle. We're gonna go down from Austin, Texas here in Pflugerville down to Port Isabel Airport. We're going to South Padre Island to see Starship launch this afternoon. We want to take you guys along for the adventure. Hey Kyle, you ready to do this pilot shit?
Yeah, as long as you let me take off.
All right, let's go.
Yes, sir. 528 Juliet would like a VFR departure, negative flight following, and we're ready to taxi from Henriksen.
528 Juliet, runway 31, taxi Alpha.
31 via Alpha will be a southbound departure. Juliet.
Do you have to confirm the southbound departure, or do you just say that as a double check, just to make sure that you heard it right?
You know, good question. I'm actually doing that just as kind of a courtesy heads up so they know with flow.
Juliet, say direction flight.
Southbound departure, Juliet.
See you. All right, Juliet, right.
So what happens is flight following, it's a courtesy, you know, they provide aircraft separation services, warn you if there's other planes nearby, but it is an option if you stay out of Bergstrom, if you wish to have flight following. Yeah, so with flight following, sometimes they vector you all around, so we're going to go negative flight following. We obviously have this TCAS and all this information here with traffic. We have to stay out of this inner ring. This inner ring, if you look at it, this goes from the surface to 4,500 feet. This outer ring, kind of this upside down wedding cake, they call it, goes 2,100 feet, 4,500. So we could fly under it at 2,000 feet or around it or over it at 4,500 feet.
So we're going under it probably.
We're probably going to go under it depending on how they turn us out. I've talked to them and they've sent me far to the east. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run through the checklist. Okay, flaps are important. Flaps, environmental controls, goal selector. Line to the runway heading 310 for departure. Before takeoff, check your door. The parachute pin's removed. Here's the takeoff brief, and we're bugged to runway heading, climb out runway 31. So at 1,200 feet, 600 above the ground, we could pull the parachute if we lose the engine. Otherwise, we push forward for best glide, about 90 knots, land in a farm field. Or board on the runway. And now we're going to hold for the run-up. Hey guys, again, so me, Jesse Adams with my channel, Looking for a Hire. This is my brother Kyle Adams coming along with me. It's really special. I picked him up in Austin, Texas here to see Starship launch. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to tell you more about my brother Kyle, but Kyle, I appreciate you coming with me. I know you have a lot of special stuff going on in your life, business-wise and personal, and the fact you entrust me to fly you safely down to Padre is awesome, man. Thanks for the invite.
Man. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for shuttling me down there.
Shuttling you down. That's right.
November 8 Juliet, southbound correction, turn right on course, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
On course and clear for takeoff, runway 31. Okay, looking for about 39 gallons an hour, 36 inches of manifold pressure, and she's set up well.
November 0 Delta Romeo, you'll be number 2, following a Skyhawk short final runway 13. Correction, runway 31.
Number 2, runway 31, 0 Delta Romeo.
It just felt like we just kind of
nicely
glided off.
You know, a lot of people talk about smooth landings, but smooth rotation on takeoff, I think, is equally as important, and you really have to finesse.
November 8 Juliet, turn right heading 270, and report exiting class Delta.
Roger, we'll make a left turn, just confirm left turn 270, and we'll report leaving.
November 8 Juliet, turn to 270.
Roger, okay, right turn to 270, and we'll advise. Okay, this is awesome stuff. 345, you see what's going on?
Yeah, he's making it go all the way right instead of a quick left to 270. You're having to basically do a 270-degree turn.
Exactly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is if I climb above 4,500 feet, I can just go straight over.
Juliet, my apologies, sir. Turn right 090, and then report exiting class Delta.
Taxi 090.
Taxi runway 31 via Alpha.
Executive Tower, 8 Juliet, Juliet. We're above class Delta. Have a great day.
We're 8 Juliet, Juliet. Frequency change for you. Have a safe flight. See you.
See you.
You know what's funny? You know what that reminds me of is the critical root zone when it comes to permitting for building in Austin, because when you have a tree that's over 19 inches in diameter, there's a full root zone, which is the big circle, then the critical root zone is the half circle, and you can't really do anything within the half circle, but in the full circle, you have a lot more leeway to do things.
You're applying this to other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now we're climbing pretty well, and do you see the runway down there? We are over the class Delta airspace, and we are going to be over class Charlie as well. 7,000 for 7,500 feet, already a 10-knot tailwind, which is really cool. Right now it's saying we have an hour and 32 minutes to get there, but as soon as we level off, that's going to precipitously drop off, and we're probably going to have about an hour and 12 minutes.
Well, that's great, having the 10-knot tailwind.
Oh, we lost a couple knots. So I'll just show you how easy it is for my leaning procedures. So I get to 170 knots true airspeed. I bring this back to under 31 inches. When I bring it back under 31 inches, a blue line appears. So I'm just pulling the power lever back until I get under 31. And blue line appears. Then I use my red mixture lever. And I put it to the bottom of that cyan line. That gives you lean of peak performance. Go ahead and grab that camera. I want to show you a couple things. This is using the Garmin G1000, Cirrus brands it the Perspective Plus. And it's super quick. Here's traffic. There's a lot of features there. So we were thinking about doing turns around the point around Starship, right?
Yes.
So first of all, we could pass over the water there. We'll stay within gliding distance of the coast. Now, Port Isabel, there's a lot of things that I learned as I was preparing for this trip. Shout out to a couple guys in the Austin pilots group that we fly Cirrus, because they warned me of several NOTAMs. So I knew there'd be some TFRs, but I am told to watch out for the runways. So they have like 4 runways at Port Isabel. I'll zoom in on them. Runway 26 and runway 321. Apparently these have complete vegetation overgrown, and they're not NOTAM'd out, but these things, they would be a flight risk if we landed on them. So,
but they're still operational.
They say they're still operational, but unless we're in a little bush plane, we're not going to land on 26 or runway 21. ForeFlight, another shout out. They're an Austin-based company, and I'll show you a couple things this could do if you want to zoom into my phone, Kyle. And quickly, I could load the route from the panel to the phone. It just did that. I don't know if you saw that through Bluetooth. It just loaded my plan over here. And with ForeFlight, I am able to have access to all the information I'm going to need for our flight. You could zoom in, see runways here, and when I clicked on the runway to learn more, you could actually look at comments, look at fuel prices, look at noticed airband. There's a lot of stuff here. And now, thanks to Garmin, and this right here is the FlightStream 510 card, I could instantly sync from my phone or tablet or iPad to the panel. I'm gonna redo the intro just in case we screwed the whole thing up with slow-mo, right? We got these new SanDisk cards. It might have given all of our ground and takeoff footage in a snail mode or hypersonic speed, I guess we'll see. But what I wanted to do, Kyle, every time I fly, I like to talk about the airplane and aviation and, you know, my passenger story. So we've worked together, we've done entrepreneurial things. You have a lot to talk about professionally, a lot of really cool things happening in your life, but also personally.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thanks for flying me. I know when we talked about it, sometimes schedules are hard to coordinate. I was really happy when you said you'd be able to get away for the day to do it so we could play hooky. So I think
absolutely.
That's really cool.
Yeah, don't want to tell the boss.
Yeah.
Shane, our other brother, right, the middle brother, third Adam's brother, he wasn't able to get out.
No, because he, as obviously we know, he just had his daughter about 2 weeks ago. And what you were alluding to earlier, Jesse, is that I just had my firstborn, a daughter, back in March. So that's been awesome. Couldn't imagine, now thinking about my life, not having a family.
You know, the fact that, you know, you gave up the late nights, the street racing, and, you know, young and irresponsible things now that you're a dad, but you're flying with me. I mean, this plane, I wanted to treat you right. I wanted to take you in a technologically advanced plane. You're not a pilot. I mean, what does it mean to you? Do you feel safe here? I mean, for me, it's a really big thing. You came to fly with me.
Well, no, it's interesting because I had a motorcycle and I had a really bad accident. But you know how it is to be 18, young, dumb, a guy, wanting to have fun, impress people. So I'd always been willing to take risk, and you actually had a motorcycle yourself for years. However, you know, as you get older and you have kids, you start thinking about reducing down risk, and one of those things is flying. But, you know, I've always felt safe flying with you. If something did happen to you, I don't think I would pull the parachute. I think I would try landing.
Hey, wait, this is kind of funny. And they surveyed all these people, and something like 60% of men thought that they could land a plane if the pilot became incapacitated. And I thought, you know what, man, that's some machismo there. I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, okay, so
hopefully I am incapacitated if you try to land this bird, man.
No, the way I think about it is, okay, it's about obviously lowering the speed, it's about controlling the glide in, it's about adjusting the fuel mixture, and it's about the flaps. I imagine the flaps are probably one of the most important with the speed as you're coming.
No, I think ChatGPT could have done better than that. You're saying all the right buzzwords. You know, you've been around airplanes.
Yeah, but then it's just like what you do. Right before you land, you just kind of throttle off, pull off, give it a nice little glide. It just seems so easy. I know it's not at all, but...
No, it's totally easy. Flying's overrated, and, you know, we're going down to see Starship. I'm sure Elon Musk is going to dispose of us pilots in the next 3 to 5 years. But this is what I truly think, and this is real fundamental terms. I never thought about it like this, because you're right to a degree. So the hardest part about landing a plane, whether it's a jet or whatever it is, it's a resting, or in simple terms, it's stopping the rate of descent. Think about when a duck comes in the water. Think about when a skydiver comes in with the parachute. At the very end, they pull or do something with their bodies, or, you know, the bird changes its feathers. So they're coming in, and they kind of smooth and round out and kind of glide in there, right? They just kind of glide in at the end, arresting the rate of descent. That's all you do in a plane. So, of course, the preface, I'm never given flight instruction. These videos are purely for your viewing pleasure, or to encourage you to buy a plane from masonamelia. But here's the gist of it. So just like a car, if you go up a hill, you need more power or you'll slow down. If you're coasting and you go down a hill, you speed up. So with an airplane, everything we do is according to indicated airspeed. So we're going 146. Okay, so we're going 146 knots. You put the nose forward and you pull back on the power and push the nose over. And if you push the nose over, you're going to speed up. So go ahead and throw the first notch of flaps in. You're supposed to be under 150 knots, under 150. So now you're coming down with the boards out, so to speak, with flaps out, producing more drag. But it allows you to come down while slowing down. And you slow down even more, and you're under 110 knots, you can put full flaps. Now, here's going to be the hardest part for someone to learn how to land. If you're driving down a hill in a car, the only way you could slow down is with your brake. In an airplane, if you're going downhill, you slow down by shallowing your descent, by pitching up, or by pushing forward to increase your airspeed. That's how you control your airspeed. So they call it pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. That's very counterintuitive. Instead of using power to slow down or speed up, well, you can indirectly. In a sense, you're kind of using your pitch to control your airspeed. As a non-pilot, I was pretty impressed. You pointed out Goliad Airport, and that airport, that's a pretty large airport. It's a decommissioned military field, I believe. But you were asking a good question. I'm telling you, you should pull the chute. But what was your question?
Yeah. So my question is, you knowing me, right?
Right.
You know, I'm not somebody who's never been in a plane with you before, or just, you know, a random person. But you knowing me, if everything's perfectly fine with the aircraft, which obviously if there's an issue with the aircraft, I would have, it's like what you said with the iPhone. If there's an issue with the iPhone, we have no idea how to fix it. We just know it's very simple to use, right? So assuming there's no issue with the aircraft and you have a heart attack or you go unconscious, would you recommend that I pull the parachute or I try to land at that airport?
Yeah, so quick answer here. Blue, red, man. Get me to the hospital. Now, yeah, if I croak, you do what you want, man. No, hey, you have a little girl at home, so blue, red is all you get, man. Maybe a brief little overview about things that have made you tick, what you're doing in the business world, and about your flight in the MiG, which was incredible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I guess in the business world, obviously, just like with you, my whole background has been entrepreneurialism, right? Started when I was 17. I started a business rebuilding car engines through, college, and then after college, joining up with Shane and then you for a consulting company that we ran. Ever since then, after we sold, I've been starting businesses, investing in businesses, advising different businesses, because really, one of the things that we saw from our parents was entrepreneurship was a way to really change your trajectory. So continuing on with that, different industries, but primarily focused on the healthcare technology space, but then also just acquisitions of businesses that are just well-run, steady businesses. So it really opens up the doors. So, as people are listening, I think it's important to talk about and to promote entrepreneurship as much as possible. Now, as you mentioned, the flight with Jared Isaacman. So a few years ago, my wife and I, we donated to St. Jude's Children's. They provide, emergency life-saving care, and they don't send them a bill. So, that's children that are facing diseases, cancer, whatnot. So Jared Isaacman, he is a huge aviation fan. He's a pilot. He's probably the civilian with the most fighter jet hours out there. He probably holds a record for that. I want to say it's over 10,000 hours. It's in the thousands. It's absolutely insane. His passion for aviation actually connected him with Elon Musk, with SpaceX. And a few years ago, he came to agreement with Elon Musk to host them for, I believe, 3 of the first civilian shuttle launches. What was really awesome was by making this donation to St. Jude's, I was able to go witness, along with my wife, his launch for Inspiration 4 back in 2022 from Cape Canaveral. The experience to see that rocket launch, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited for us to do this, because the feeling, the sound, it gives you a sense of patriotism, gives you a sense of pride. It also humbles you because you see what is possible, what somebody has created, and then it makes you feel insignificant in a way with what you've done with your life.
I wanted you to check out my updated website, right? Yeah, exactly. Case in point, right?
Part of the experience after the launch was to actually go fly with Jared Isaacman in his own private MiG-29.
So, again, not everyone knows Jared Isaacman, but this is equivalent to literally flying with Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise's P-51 Mustang. This is incredible. And to give you a shout out, this wasn't a nominal donation. It was a life-changing donation from you to that organization, which was incredible.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I joke around with it later to where making that donation was easier than deciding to add guacamole at Chipotle. Because it went to such a good cause. Right. It honestly was one of those things to where never regretted that. But I have regretted again the guacamole when it's a little bit brown. You paid. Yeah, so as I was saying, what's really cool about the experience up there is he has a whole squadron of fighter jets up there. The ones that were not the MiG-29 were trainers. So he had his whole crew that was going to be flying on the Polaris Dawn mission. This guy was flying. He was going down into the canyon. When we were doing the loop, when we were coming out, so after we go up and we're coming out of the dive, that's when the black just started coming in, and I was
even with the G suit.
Even the G suit, I was probably about 5 seconds away from blacking out. But it was an incredible experience. You know, he donated $100 million to St. Jude's as part of this. So $100 million. Also,
really?
Yeah, I thought.
He upped your ante a little bit.
My ante a bit. And I thought he was just some guy who loves flying. He has all these jets. He has all these, you know, retired Air Force and Navy pilots with him and Marine pilots. And I thought, you know, these guys just fly with him. And I'm like, man, he must burn so much cash with this. Actually, he created a huge company where they do mock enemy combat with governments.
Yeah, the MiG-29 is a bad boy. It's like the T-Rex of the Soviet fighter jets. It's incredible.
Heading 220.
The cool thing is that's the only one that's privately owned in the US.
Maybe within this video, if I still have some of your videos from your phone that we got of you locking in there and spooling up. Again, that plane is bad to the bone.
Fly it too. He let me do a roll with it, which was incredible.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was. I couldn't eat for a while afterwards. It was insane. It was one of the most. It was so extreme. It was so extreme.
Stay in Cheetah area for now.
I don't have a desire to ever do it again. To be honest with you, it was just that.
Exhausting. 322
Port Isabel traffic, Cirrus 528 Juliet, 5 miles to the north, inbound for left traffic, runway 35, Port Isabel.
Port Isabel traffic, 97 Victor, 5 miles to the north, gonna also be headed for 35, Port Isabel.
Mooney, just curious, are you familiar with this airport? Have you landed on 35 before?
I have not.
Well, I am told that the big runway and 35 are the only good ones, and the rest have vegetation growing through them, and so far I'm about 3 miles away. It looks to be the case.
500.
Port Isabel traffic, Cirrus 528 Juliet, turn in final, runway 35, Port Isabel.
Edward traffic, Cherokee 15320 entering left base for runway 32. Edward
It's a big prison here.
Yeah,
So you know there's a bustling airport if there's a prison attached to it.
Port Isabel traffic, 97 Victor on downwind for 35.
Hopefully there's no vegetation on this runway.
Looks like there's some dirt or something.
Gusty crosswind out of the right. My God, what the hell is this stuff? I think I avoided. Oh my God!
Yeah, there's a lot coming up here.
What is this here? Wow, look on the grass. Oh, seriously?
That's crazy.
What the hell is this? Port Isabel traffic, Cirrus 528 Juliet is exiting. We are clear of runway 35, Port Isabel.
Port Isabel traffic, 97 Victor, turn left base 35.
Yeah, it seems like maybe the taxiway is the best runway of choice. There's vegetation on 35, but it was fine. We probably cut some grass on our way in.
I'll go over and do 3-1 then, how about that?
So we're going out to see the Starship launch. I'm very excited about this. We're going to grab a bite to eat. Man, let's talk about that landing. We came into runway 35 because I understand only runway 31 and 35 are supposed to be the good clean runways. But runway 35 was best for the wind, 030, gusting 18 knots. And there's a bunch of vegetation growing through, so we'll see how it looks. The Cirrus does not have great prop clearance, so we probably cut some grass. So we did Cameron County a favor. Okay, let's save some juice and let's see this rocket launch. Here we are, guys. We're probably about 4 to 5 miles just to the north of Boca Chica, the SpaceX Starship launch. And it's going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, this an atmosphere here is awesome. It looks really fun. Yeah, it's incredible what's going on. Everyone's spectating. I wish I wasn't flying back and I could have gotten a beverage. Yeah, it is just gorgeous. And I'll tell you my secret right here. This gentleman, Robert, has the pro cam. Robert, is it okay if I throw you on the video?
Go right ahead.
Robert here, he's taking some pro video. So we might cheat and put that on the final product. And there it is down there. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, so we don't hear anything. We just, it's crazy. Oh my God. So I guess we're gonna feel it any moment. Oh man, here it comes.
Port Isabel traffic, Cirrus 528 Juliet, rolling runway 31 northbound departure, Port Isabel. Full fuel flow, ample pressure in the yellow, that's normal. A little right of center line, just looking for that vegetation. See, look, we didn't take much runway at all. Isn't it beautiful out here? Yeah, it is. This is the golden hour